Well, you said you...
No! Go on, up, up, up.
Hello.
No. Hello.
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 Morning.
Hello guys. Today we're going to make a lentil pie. Here we have green lentils. You can use the brown lentils, but not the red lentils because they'll overcook and just become like mash. We have tomato puree and tomato pulpa. So this is whole tomatoes smashed in a tin. I don't know any other, I know you guys have lots of different types of tomato, but this is an 800-gram tin of tomatoes, so you can work it out from there. We have fresh thyme from the Kalina gardens. We also have olive oil. I think Judie's lost her voice.
You wish.
Potatoes, and the way we're working out the top of the pie is 1 potato per person.
A good sized potato per person.
Butter, an onion, cheese. The cheese is for the mashed potatoes, but you can use any hard cheese that you like. Okay. Just grated into the mashed potatoes at the end.
How much is here?
That's 100 grams.
Okay.
Salt, vegetable stock, black pepper, and garlic. See you in the kitchen. So firstly, Judie's going to peel and dice some potatoes so we can get them on the boil. And I've got my green lentils. And with these green lentils, I'm just going to put them into some water as directed on the packet. Cook for 10-15 minutes in salted water. Turn that on, there we go. And we have that there too. We're just going to dice these potatoes. Do you want to pass them over to me after? Dice those up. Just into little cubes so they cook quickly in the water. Nice potatoes.
How about we swap? And you peel and I dice.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh, look at you.
I know. It's like dancing around the kitchen, isn't it? Small cubes, so it
doesn't take so long to cook.
That's right. This is another lovely meal that you can do for the whole family, and it takes no time at all to cook, really. 5-6 people.
Do you want me to put that straight in the water?
Straight into the water, please. And the water is just with a little bit of salt.
So you make that look so easy.
What's that? Peeling potatoes?
Yeah, I make a complete mash-up of it. Yeah. Pardon the pun.
Pun in the pan?
Pardon the pun.
Okay. The potatoes done. So nice thin cubes. We need to have the potatoes on high heat because we want them to boil. And the same with the lentils. You can put those straight into cold water and just check after 10 minutes to make sure they don't have to be soft, but they have to have a little bit of bite, but not raw and hard.
So how long will these potatoes take to
Those
cook?
potatoes will take maybe 10 minutes until they're soft enough to mash into potatoes.
Do you want me to pop the lid on?
Yes, please.
So put the lid on.
And then we've got the lentils, the green lentils there, and they're going to take maybe 10-15 minutes to be just about on bite, like pasta. You want them to have a little bit of bite. So meanwhile, while those are cooking, we're going to fry some garlic and some onions in a pan. And we're going to dice these really nice and small, like this. I mean, you can chop them any way you like. I am going to cut them into small little cubes here, like so. Put some fire underneath our pan and some olive oil, same thing, 3 count. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put our onions into that oil, like So, yeah.
So we're frying the onions and the garlic together.
We're going to fry the onions first, and then we're going to fry the garlic, because of course
Garlic sometimes
the garlic burns very quickly, so that's why we put it in after the garlic, after the onions, sorry. And we're going to do the same thing with the garlic. We're just going to dice that very, very small and fine. I like rustic, so I don't use a grinder. I always just chop it up nice and finely with a knife. Just like that. Just going to let those onions get a little bit of colour before we add anything else to them. Just like that. Yes, I think this was also another very popular dish that we cooked for the girls this year, with creamy mashed potatoes on the top and baked in the oven with cheese. So that was quite a success.
Mm-hmm. And very easy to do.
Very easy to do. You can see the linses are now doubling up in size. They're getting bigger. Okay.
Yeah. And another.
Going to add the garlic to that now. Give it a good stir. And we just want these to be soft with a little bit of colour, a little bit of brown, but definitely not burnt. There we go. Just let that go.
Would you like me to be grating that cheese?
The cheese is going to go into the mashed potatoes.
So shall I grate it?
You can grate that now, so it's all ready. There we are. And then we have some thyme here as well that's going to go into our minces. Lovely. I can hear those potatoes really boiling out now. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so as you can see, the onions have got a little bit of colour on now. And we're just going to turn the heat off and leave that to the side, waiting for our lentils to be cooked.
And our potatoes.
And our potatoes. Still hard. Couple more minutes. Now we're going to drain off the lentils and the potatoes. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, so a little bit of butter and the cheese.
So we're going to put the butter in.
Probably needed a spoon for that.
I did.
And then we're going to drain off the lentils as well.
I'm back with a spoon. It's been stood in the heat of the light for so long. And the cheese.
A little bit of cheese.
What about this?
A little bit of salt.
Mm-hmm.
And some cracked black pepper.
What's that?
This is vegetable stock, which is now, I'm going to, with our onions that we fried, we're going to add our lentils. We're going to add our vegetable stock. We're going to add our salt. We're going to put some pepper through that. About a teaspoon of pepper, that is. We're going to open up our tomato pulper. And we're going to add that to the pan. And give that a little bit of a stir.
Perfect mashed potato.
Perfect mashed potato.
That looks good.
And then we're going to put about half of the tomato puree into this with a little bit of water. So this is a fresh pulper. We're going to just pour that in. And we're going to add maybe a half cup of water to that.
Why?
Because as it's cooking, the lentils are still swelling up, so they need a little bit of liquid to cook in, so we don't have a dry dish, basically. We want to have liquid in there and gravy to go with our potatoes. Lentils are cooking there. We're now just going to add some fresh thyme from the garden. So what we do with thyme is we're just going to scratch the, because we don't want the stalks, we just want the tiny little leaves that are on the thyme. So we just scratch, we scratch those off into our lentils, like so. Got some more here. Just.
Ooh, yes. If you do it one at a time, it's maybe a little bit time consuming, but actually you get all the bits off, don't you?
Yeah. There we go. And that will do it. This wild thyme is actually very flavoursome, so it shouldn't be a problem. Just like that, we have our baking dish. We're going to take our lentils and we are going to pour that into our dish. Ooh. Like that. And then Judie is going to top that with the mashed potatoes.
And how I do it, so that it doesn't all sink into, I do it in little blobs like that.
Yeah.
See?
Nice. Very pretty.
Yeah, I know. I'm a mashed potato queen.
Oh, yeah? Nice. You just pop those in. And then this is going to go into the oven afterwards. So, of course, the oven should have been on, when you start, at 180.
And how long does it go in the oven for, Vere?
It will go in the oven, not very long. If the oven's hot, it will be cooking for like 10-15 minutes, just for the potatoes to go nice and crispy and brown, and for the lentils and the tomatoes underneath to be really nice and bubbly. That looks great, Judie.
Because if you put it all down together, the tomato starts coming out the top. So if you do it in all these little blobbies like this.
Lovely.
And there we have it.
And there we have it. We're just going to finish it with a little bit of black pepper on the top and a little bit of olive oil just to help the crispiness. And here is our lentil pie. Ready? This will go into the oven at 180 for about 15 minutes until the top is nice and brown and golden.
Because remember, it's already cooked, so it's just making it
just to
crispy.
make it look presentable.
Okay.